Morning peeps, how are we? Just out for a ride, another ride on the week off to be fair. Just snuck through a very big bit of road resurfacing going on. Always good lads though, when you bump into them, always let you through, doing their duty. So just doing a chilled out one really today. Off up north in a couple of, well, tomorrow. So let's see if I can get some videos of some climbing going on. But today it's just chilled, maybe a coffee stop, maybe two. We've got something on this afternoon, so I can't go crazy. So just enjoy some music for a little while and a bit of scenery. Whilst that there looks really cool, and it is cool, that's Fotheringhay Church, massive thing. It used to be bigger apparently, way before I was born. The most historical thing is that mound over there. That mound there, to re-Google myself, so that's the ruins of Fotheringhay Castle, 12th century Norman castle, and it was the birthplace of Richard III in 1452. And not only that, it was the place of the imprisonment and the execution of Mary Queen of Scots in 1587. If I'm honest with you, I wouldn't have known that unless I googled it just a minute ago. Well, I did know that, but it's kind of get a bit mixed up with it. There's quite a lot going on around here, and Peterborough gets a knock for something like, I don't know, the most rubbish town in the thing. What a load of crap. Come out here, look at this. Look at that castle behind me. Sorry, church behind me. Look at that castle. And you can go and sit on that castle and have picnics. And up there, lovely campsite. Why One of those little hidden gems that you see when you're on your bike. Got another one. If I get up there, might take you that way. Let's go have a look, shall we? Wrong gear, wrong gear, can't get up. Ah. That's how to make you look stupid, getting up a little bridge. That's right, not getting clipped in. Yeah, here's one for you, look at this. That's pretty cool. 15th century annals, King Richard III, 1452. Were born in Fotheringhay. Have a little trundle down to Apethorpe. Battery's a bit low, so I've had to sort of let's just keep it under wraps for a bit. But there you go, there's a funny one for you. Look at that little lovely English church. We got loads of history. To that side, that's 8-foot palace. You can get in there by appointment, private, but yeah, cool, lovely in there. But this cracked me up yesterday. Check this out. This is a really old stocks at 1780. Look at that craziness. But what's really cracked me up yesterday, if you read that, pause the video, but look, there is a story in the village about the last person who was due to use the stocks. Instead of being punished, he was given a beer at the Westmoreland Arms and sent home. How very British is that?